We begin tonight with an absolute outrage, and it has changed my opinion of President Biden. I didn't like him as a president. I felt he's the second worst in history. Now I don't like him as a person. And I could be wrong because he's so diminished, but I don't like you, Joe. What you just did over the weekend was uncalled for. So the radical leftist George Soros was given the Medal of Freedom by Biden. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So the Medal of Freedom is the highest civilian award in the USA. There's another one called the Congressional Gold Medal that's up there as well. And the definition of the Medal of Freedom is to be presented to individuals who have made exemplary contributions to the prosperity, values, or security of the United States, world peace, or other significant societal, public, or private endeavors, unquote. It was established in 1963 by President Kennedy, and it supersedes all the other honors before it. So Biden has a list of people, I'll tell you some of them in a moment, that were awarded it this year, Saturday, January 4th. But George Soros got the medal. He's 94 years old. He didn't show up. He sent his son, Alexander, who now runs the Soros empire, down to D.C. to pick up the medal. Okay? Now, if you don't know Soros, I mean, I've been analyzing this guy for decades. I mean, I pinpointed him in a very early book called Culture Warrior as a massively destructive force in the United States, and he is. There's no two sides to this story if you're a clear thinker. If you are a left-wing loon, like apparently Joe Biden is, then you can be angry at my analysis. But if you're a fair-minded American, it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or Republican. This guy is dangerous, this Soros. So I searched around and I found a soundbite that really encapsulates my anger towards Soros. I delivered it on June 8th, 2022. Go. In 2002, French authorities charged him with insider trading. He was convicted and fined $3 million in France, which he had to pay. Now, the U.S. does not extradite because there was no jail time involved. Right? He was tried in absentia. So he stayed in the USA, but had to pay the fine. 2004, Soros pledged millions of dollars to MoveOn.org, a vicious left-wing group, to oppose the re-election of President Bush. All right, then he really swung into action. Between 2018 and 21, George Soros financed radical Cook County State Attorney Kim Foxx, you remember her, and Chicago is one of the most dangerous places in the country largely because of Kim Foxx and Lori Lightfoot, the mayor. Also, the city of St. Louis falling completely apart, he financed the city attorney Kim Gardner. He also financed George Gascon, as we told you, and the radical Philadelphia DA Lawrence Krasner. He put in more than $8 million to these campaigns, George Soros. Okay, he also gave Stacey Abrams, again running for governor, $1 million, and he'll give her $1 million more. And how does he do this? He does it through political action committees. All of these donations to the progressive far lefts are legal. And finally, the midterm elections. Currently, Soros is the top individual donor on the progressive side for the 2022 midterms. He's contributed $126 million so far. Now, George Soros, in my opinion, has led to the deaths of thousands of Americans. How can I back that up? All right. He supports open borders, Soros. He gave, this April 2024, the Fund for Policy Reform $60 million. Okay? He gave another astronomical donation to a PAC called Democracy, a super political action committee that, again, supports all kinds of non-punishment for criminals. Soros supported a PAC that wanted to defund the police in Minneapolis. after the George Floyd riots, on and on and on and on. Okay? And we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars now going into these places, which matters. As far as the campaign is concerned, he funneled more than $15 million of Future Forward USA, which tried to get Kamala Harris elected. And he gave Harris a victory fund, $1.2 million. Now, all of this money, nobody gives money like this. And he targets. Okay, so Alvin Bragg, the guy who tortured Donald Trump, the guy who won't prosecute criminals in New York City, he gets money. I mentioned Crasser in Philadelphia, Gasson in Los Angeles, Fox in Chicago. Now, when you don't prosecute criminals, violent criminals, they go out and they hurt other people. When you don't stem the border chaos, when you allow 14 million non-U.S. citizens in here unvetted, you're going to have violence, you're going to have terrorism, you're going to have drugs, because drugs come in with the migrants. Source behind all of that. And Biden gives them the Medal of Freedom. This is a slap in every single American's face. This is the middle finger. Now, I don't know whether Biden even understands any of what I just told you. If he were here with me right now and I said, Mr. President, why did you give George Soros the Medal of Freedom? I do not believe he would have a cogent answer. I do not believe that all the stuff I just gave you about the massive amount of money to go into progressive far left organizations, he couldn't calibrate it. But I'm not cutting him any slack. All right, this is a disgrace. What he just did, Biden just did on Saturday, and of course the media ignores it. Ignore it. Oh no, we're not even going to mention it. Wall Street Journal did an article today on it, on all these medals. One sentence on Soros. One sentence. Just said financier George Soros got the medal. Come on. Everybody knows what this is. Final point. In confronting the presidents, I say that Biden's the second worst president ever, next to James Buchanan, the guy who totally booted the Civil War. There was dissent from my co-author, Martin Dugard. He doesn't think Biden was that bad. It's in a book. You can read it. I win. Nobody can justify this. Nobody. All right? It's just, I could spend 5 hours here documenting where Soros's money has gone and how it has hurt, killed, maimed Americans. And there's no denying it. But it's Biden who is the real villain here. As I said in the beginning, changed my opinion of the man. Other recipients, Bono, Hillary Clinton. I don't mind Hillary Clinton. I know Steele dossier. I know Libya. But it's a political thing for Biden. That doesn't rankle me. Magic Johnson, Denzel Washington, Anna Wintour. Okay. It's fine. I don't have any problem with that. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.